and the car is always clean. There's never any dust or clutter in the car, and the outside is always washed. There's never any, any dirt on the car inside and out. And even when I step into the car, the door is open for me by my driver. And when he drives us to work, I currently work with my partner as well. I'm working for her company or her dad's company. And as I get to work, even getting out of the car, my driver takes my briefcase and follows me into my office and puts my things down for me. And as I sit down and start to work, about 15 minutes after I sit down and start to work, the office mate comes in with a cup of coffee and a bottle of water and a glass of water for my day, because I drink about 3 or 4 glasses of water a day during the time I work. And I just work. I just sit on my computer, go through my emails in the morning, and start calling my sales offices and talking to my accounting head, and I just do the daily work. And about 11 o'clock, the office mate comes in and asks me what I would like to have for lunch, or whether I want to go out for lunch. Usually I stay in for lunch, and when I do stay in, she always says, do you want this and that? And I choose something that I want that day, and she goes away and buys it, and there's money that we leave with her, that the office leaves with her for these lunches. She just makes the withdrawals. So there's never any money exchanged between me and the maid. There's an allowance that she gets for the lunches that she buys for the executives. And then at about 12, she would walk in with a tray. And I have a desk in my office, as well as a round table that I have some small meetings that I can have with 2 chairs. And that's where I have lunch with my partner almost every day, or else we go out. And so the trays would come in about 12, and everything would be set out, put out on plates, and there'd be, also desserts, such as fruit or something. And I would stop and eat for about 15 minutes. And after about 15, 20 minutes of eating, we'd both go back to our offices, and I'd stay in my office and go back to work. So I have about a 15, 20-minute lunch, basically. And the maid comes in about 12:30 and gets the plates and takes everything away. And then I go about my work and everything else. And about 5 o'clock, my driver comes in and asks if he can take my briefcase. And so he would take my briefcase if I'm not in a meeting and wait for me at the car. And I would get out, maybe I'd leave about 6 or 7, depending on the day. I mean, recently we've been really busy, and I've been working late nights, so he would wait until I was done working, and my partner, and he would drive us home, and I would leave the car, and the maids would go into the car and get my briefcase and take it upstairs. And when I go upstairs, there would be clothes that I can change into, which is like, t-shirts and shorts, home clothes. I would change into my clothes, say hi to my dogs, play with the dogs, change my clothes, come back downstairs, and there would be dinner waiting for us, made by the maids. I forgot. About 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, there would be a call on my mobile from the maid, from my cook, the head cook. And she would say, "Are you coming home for dinner?" And I would say, "Yes." She said, "What would you like?" I said, "Do anything you want," and she'll make something that I like, and she'll make something that my PO would like as well. So she calls and confirms every day about 4 or 5 whether or not we would be home for dinner. And so anyways, so I go back downstairs, and we'd have dinner, turn on the TV, and then go back upstairs about 8 o'clock, watch TV, play with the dogs, do some stuff on the computer, listen to music. I'd write some pirate CDs and DVDs for my friends and my family, and read magazines, read a book. I would just basically I would listen to the CDs and music and DVDs. I watch DVDs or I would read a book or something, and PO would basically watch the TV. So we actually we live together. And we work together, so we're together almost 24 hours a day, except when we're in our different offices. But we keep our own privacy. I mean, she watches TV, and we don't really talk. I mean, we just do our thing. So we're very comfortable together and around each other, and it's just a very, very comfortable life. And it happens again the next day.
So that's good. That really tells us what your life is like, which is good. So
Boring, isn't it? My life is pretty boring.
no, it's very different from people here.
Yeah.
So have you and P.O. thought about having children yourselves?
I never really wanted to have kids. And P.O. is very practical, and she knows what's going on, and she knows that if she had kids, it would be very tough on the child, having different parents. I mean, different meaning not the normal parents, and so. I think because both of us knew that it would be probably difficult for us to have kids and raise the child in such a way that we can shelter the child, from the abnormal lifestyle that we have, we just felt that it would be unfair to have a child because having a child brings happiness to you, but could you actually make that child happy? Probably not, because it's not a normal marriage or a normal lifestyle, and that child could have a very unnormal life, and we don't want to put a child through that. And so, no, we don't think we'll have kids, and we've really never thought about having kids.
What's the climate like in Thailand in regards to, I mean, you said abnormal, but it's not so abnormal, I think. I think it's pretty normal now and acceptable for a child to have two mothers. So what do you think the climate is like for that type of thing in Thailand?
Yeah, there's a lot of same-sex couples, but it's not out there in the open. I mean, people live together. A lot of people live together, but it's not like you don't express it outside publicly too much. It's just that they're living together and they're a couple and everything else, but it's still not that accepted. I don't think as much as it is here in the U.S.
So, like, what would you tell, like, say your coworkers? Like, they all know?
Well, previously when I had jobs at the bank and at the finance company, I wouldn't tell my coworkers of my lifestyle unless I was very, very, very close to them, or it just happened to come up or something. But no, I would. For example, all my friends at Bangkok Bank do not know of my partner or of my sexual preference. I don't think it's a thing that I would express out to my coworkers, because I have a very professional career, and I don't want that professional career to be tarnished or to be misled because of my sexuality. I don't think it's important that they need to know.
It's none of their business.
No, it's none of their business.
So, they have a term in America about coming out.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel like you've come out?
Oh, definitely. I've been out for a long time now, but I haven't been out to. I'm out to my family. I'm out to my partner's family. I'm out to my close friends, but I'm not out. I mean, I'm not out in terms of the people that I know. Okay, casually. I don't think I need to be out. That's too personal, I think.
What did you think about, like, telling Mama and Papa about coming out?
I really didn't tell them. I think they just knew. Mama is really cool about it, because she actually said to me she likes P.O. better than my ex-husband, for example. I mean, she just treated her like any other relationship person that I have had in the past. And so Mama was really cool about it. She's really open-minded and very modern in her thinking. Papa, I think, although he didn't say anything, I knew he didn't like the idea. I